Vasishta continued, O Ram, in the past there have been millions of Brahmas, Shivas, Indras and Narayanas. However, even the creations of these gods were but the jugglery of Maya. These creations were sometimes from Brahma, others were ascribed to Shiva or Narayana or the sages. Again, sometimes Brahma was born of a lotus. At others, he rose from the waters or from an egg or from space. In some universes, Brahma is the supreme deity. In others, it is the sun, Indra, Narayana, or Shiva. In some universes, the earth is filled with trees, in others with people or with mountains. Somewhere the earth is of mud or clay, elsewhere it is rocky or golden or coppery. One may count the rays of the sun, but it is impossible to count the number of universes that exist. This creation is beginningless. In this city of Brahman, which is the infinite consciousness, or the consciousness in the space of one's heart, these universes arise and vanish again and again. But these are different from the one infinite consciousness. These creations, whether they are gross or subtle, whether established or disintegrating, are all garlands of the subtle elements which have all arisen from the infinite space of consciousness. Sometimes space gets established first, and the creator is said to be born of space. At other times air gets established first, and at other times fire, water or earth, and the creator gets an appropriate title. From this creator's body there arise words, like Brahmana, which is a priest, etc. And these words become living beings with appropriate designations. Now we get the Yoga Vasistha doing its thing. Of course, all this is unreal, like the creation seen in a dream. Hence the question, how did all this arise in the one infinite consciousness, is immature and childish. And this is a question that Rama asked a while back, which Vasistha has been addressing. He asked it way back in chapter 41. The creation appears to take place on account of the intentions of the mind. This is certainly a mystery and a wonder. So creation appears to take place. It's created by our notions, and I think that is going to be explored quite soon. And it is a mystery and a wonder, and that's all there is to it. I have described all this to you only as an illustration of the truth. However, in this creation there is no such order or sequence. We've had various descriptions of the sequence of creation, but now we're being told that there's actually no such order or sequence. This creation is nothing but the creation of the mind. This is the truth. The rest is but a fanciful description. It's a bit like being in a dream and considering the nature of the world that exists within the dream and how it came to be. And you're explaining it maybe in geological terms, maybe in religious terms, or whatever. They're just stories or a fanciful description. This creation is nothing but the creation of the mind. This is the truth. The rest is but a fanciful description. On account of the succession of the creation and dissolution of this universe, a time scale is conceived of, from a moment to an eon. But this universe is forever present in consciousness, just as sparks are ever present in a red-hot iron. This usual simile here is of waves in the ocean, But now we've got this one of sparks and a red hot iron. So I suppose the assumption here is the sparks actually are residing in the red hot iron, so when it hits something, the sparks are coming out. In the pure vision of an enlightened person, however, all this is Brahman alone, not a world appearance. So all this is still here. We just don't regard it as an external world. The repetition, creation and dissolution of infinite number of universes with the infinite variety of creators in them is nothing but the fanciful perception of the ignorant and the deluded. So that's the point. Sometimes I'm a little bit critical of some of the stories that were being told in the Yoga Vasistha, but so is the Yoga Vasistha itself. It's saying these stories which we come across from time to time in the Yoga Vasistha, these stories are nothing but the fanciful perception of the ignorant and the deluded. I'm quite aware that the Yoga Vasistha is a venerated text, and at times I'm critical of it, but that's only in keeping, I think, with the spirit of the Yoga Vasistha. We can comment on what's being said. We're not taking this as the word of God. At times it might seem to be coming from an enlightened mind, but there are times when it clearly is not. We don't need to be shy about voicing that.